So we're well into July now, about halfway through actually. So I'm a little bit late getting a mail call video out to let you see my haul from June, but better late than never. So, as the great Tone Loc once said, let's do it.
Sanity runs in my family. Practically gallop.
Open your mind, talk to each brain. Don't act like you didn't know I'm insane. I'm a train wreck, denim in your head. The dance of the dead months under your bed. Got no limits and I got no lines. I'm over the edge and out.
Hey, all you drive-in mutants and pop culture junkies, Gen X fans of all shapes, sizes, and ages. Welcome to Unconformed Media. I'm Jerry, and it's time for Mail Call from the month of June. So, I should explain, it's been a little while since I've been on here. I had lots of stuff planned for last month, but I might have mentioned in previous videos that I've been pretty sick for some time, and it got much worse, and I just about a week ago finished treatment for a severe infection in my stomach, and I'm still recovering, still very weak, still very tired. So I hope you'll bear with me as I try to get through this video. I just didn't want to wait any longer to get this mail call video out. So let's get into it with the July issue of Remind magazine. And of course, we're celebrating America's 250th birthday. So it's all about Americana. And this is a much different type of issue. Sure, we have our puzzles and our trivia, our classic TV and movie guides. We have our Through the Decades, starting with the 50s and running through the 90s. But most of this is Americana stuff, obviously, from the cover. But instead of our back when articles being from the 50s to the 90s, it's 1878 top news. Yeah, top news from 1878. And got a second one. The top news back in 1776. Wow, what was going on back then? I don't know, something about founding fathers? The 13 colonies? Something about a Declaration of Independence. But we do have some really cool articles about America in here, celebrating America. We have, if I can find it, we've got, of course, baseball. And let's get to, before we get to my favorite, we've got this offbeat America showing all the tourist attractions. And before I do my favorite, also, I wanted to mention this one. Get your kicks on Route 66. They give us a little tour across America. But here's my favorite in this one. Top eats and treats. Now, I disagree with the Big Mac being number one. When I think of American food, I don't think of McDonald's. I do, however, agree with over here, if you can see it, KFC at number 6. But hot dogs at number 4, apple pie at number 5. What's going on? We do have some pizza in there, some mac and cheese. We even got Waffle House, New York delis, chicken and waffles, New England versus Manhattan clam chowder, and of course the classic, whenever it's a cold winter day, school's out, you get some Campbell's tomato soup and a grilled cheese. Yeah, if you're not familiar with Remind magazine, they do not pay me to support them. I'm a subscriber, and I love it, and I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Tons of nostalgia in there. So if you've never seen it, check it out. It's a pretty cheap subscription, so you won't be losing any money giving it a try. Let's move on to movies. Starting out with 1954, we've got Them. Yeah, that should look familiar right there. Yeah, this is a special movie to me. A very special movie to me, as I might have mentioned before. The reason that poster's hanging back there is because my great-grandmother and I watched this movie when I was very, very little. It's one of my earlier movie memories, but this Shout Factory, Scream Factory, whatever you want to call it, 4K, they did an amazing job. It looks fantastic. If you like those 50s and 60s sci-fi movies, especially that 50s atomic age monsters type thing, this is one of the best, one of the absolute best. And we have some great special features included in this. Of course, they didn't have a lot for a movie this old, just like to do a 4K using original elements. Yeah, you can tell that they did have to switch to some different elements here and there. So it kind of changes a couple times, but it's just for brief moments, and it still looks really good even when it changes. But don't let that put you off. Pick this up and check it out. If you haven't seen the movie at all, jump on this. This is the best way you're ever going to see it. And speaking of one of my favorites, this one I used to always put on my bios when social media first began, like the MySpace days. I would list this as my favorite movie, and that is Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I have every version of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas that's ever come out. And this is the Criterion. If you've seen the Criterion Blu-ray or the Criterion DVD, it's pretty much the same stuff on here, except this looks fantastic. Those Vegas colors popping, that neon, all those lights, and Hunter S. Thompson being insane. And if you haven't seen this movie, if you've, I don't want to I'm going to be like Hunter and say, I would never advocate for drugs, alcohol, or violence, but it always worked for him. And there's plenty of that packed into here. And, well, in the starring roles, you've got Benicio del Toro, Johnny Depp actually playing Hunter S. Thompson himself. There's some great stuff you can learn about how Johnny prepared for that role by befriending Hunter and actually going to live with him so that he could learn to mimic him perfectly. And he did. He did an amazing job. And then the cast of characters that you get, all the cameos, I'm not even going to start listing them. There are so many familiar faces that are just going to pop up, jump out at you, and it's such a mind warp, the whole film. And when you see these well-known faces just pop up in these random roles, yeah, it really fits. So again, if you haven't seen this, this is the best way you're ever going to see it. Truly, it looks fantastic. Check it out. And then I grabbed this Olive Films Blu-ray of Firewalker with Chuck Norris and Lou Gossett. It's not exactly special. There's no real features to speak of. But it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of memories with this. This popped up on probably HBO. I had all of the movie channels back in the 80s, so I don't know which one it was on, but summer weekend afternoons, you would see this quite a bit. And since Olive Films is no more, I thought I'd better grab it while I can. And also, Beastmaster, the 4K. Managed to find this with a slipcover and in absolutely perfect condition. Slide that off for you to let you get a good look at it. If you're not familiar with it, I know a lot of YouTubers have talked about this one. I didn't watch the whole thing yet. I haven't had a chance, but it looked great. I just popped it in and watched. I think I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I was having trouble turning it off because even though I didn't have time to watch it, didn't really feel like watching it. I got locked in. It looked so good, and it's been so long since I've seen this. So really happy to find this for a super good price on eBay. Another super good price that I found on Amazon was for the 4K of Reservoir Dogs. This is just a studio release. I believe this is SDS. Is it? I'm not sure. Lionsgate, maybe? Lionsgate. This is a Lionsgate release. They did a great job on this. I did watch probably about 15 minutes of it. And again, didn't want to turn it off. I was really enjoying it. Last time I watched this, even though I do have it on Blu-ray, I think I might have a Steelbook Blu-ray. I never watched the Blu-ray and never watched it on DVD. The last time I watched this was on VHS, and I got plenty of use out of that VHS. As you may know, if you've watched previous videos, I don't do a lot of blind buys, but I do every now and then. And when I do, they're usually just out of nowhere without rhyme or reason. And the way it is, I see some cast members I like. I just decide to give it a try. So I gave Side Effects a try. Well, I didn't give it a try yet. I haven't watched it. I did pop it in. It had really cool special features on it. It was kind of like sort of the 90s and early to mid 2000s internet ads that, or not really ads, but where you'd be on a site and ads would pop up for this or that. It has kind of that thing going on in one of the special features. But the cast, Jude Law, Rooney Mara, Catherine Zeta-Jones, and Channing Tatum. One pill can change your life. But evidently it has side effects. Now this one I was doing some research on because we did get Ace Ventura Pet Detective on 4K. And I actually went through two AIs, Copilot and Gemini, went back and forth with them, trying to find out what's the best way for me to get these movies. Well, it turned out this ViaVision is the best way I came up with to get these movies. It is 2 separate discs. No, it's not. I thought it was 2. It's not. I was wrong. But it is 2 separate movies. It's a double feature of Pet Detective and When Nature Calls. And the way Gemini put it, and I'm paraphrasing, was with the 4K, the colors just aren't Miami. If you want the colors to pop, this is the best way to get that to happen. If I'm offending some people who love that 4K, I apologize. I'm sorry, but yeah, this looks great. It looks really good. And I have watched both of these already. And now, some Shout Factory, Shout Studios, Scream Factory, whatever you want to call it, Nothing But Trouble with Chevy Chase and Demi Moore, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy. Great, great movie. Not a lot of people talk about this. I've heard it mentioned a couple times on YouTube, but nobody really dove into it. Maybe I'll do that sometime because I really love this movie and it's a Shout Select. Shout Select always does a great job, especially with the special features. Or usually, I'll say usually, not always. But I did pop that in and browse around a little bit and have a look at it. Looked pretty good, and I'm going to be happy with it. Now, this one, some people might disagree with me on, but I already have the 1976, if I'm remembering correctly, King Kong with Jessica Lange. I got the 4K from Canal Plus or Canal Studios. I don't remember how it was labeled. But it came with the extended, very, very extended TV edit, which is the way I first saw it. And I love that. Well, another King Kong I love is the 2005 King Kong. Look, Naomi Watts, Jack Black, Adrian Brody, great cast. Naomi Watts, I'm a big fan. She's done some work with David Lynch, so yeah, I'm a fan for that reason. But also, she's just a great actress, and she did a fantastic job in this. And this 4K looks absolutely great. I love it. It looks so good. This is the Ultimate Edition, and you can pick that up for like $12 or $13 on Amazon right now. Or you can stick around a little bit, and if you're not wanting a physical copy, I might have something for you. Now this one, this is the only movie on DVD that I bought. I have some other DVDs over here, but they're not movies. I don't know what got into me. I just remembered this movie that I watched one time on streaming years ago, and I couldn't remember what it was called, but I wanted to watch it again for some reason. So again, I went to AI and started describing scenes, and until finally, it was Gemini who figured it out, or what that figured it. It's AI. I don't know what to call it. It's a thing. But it finally came up with the title, helped me track it down, and I got Gothic Harvest. It has Lynn Shay, who every horror fan loves, and Bill Moseley, who I would think most horror fans love. This is a fun movie. If you've seen it, you're probably laughing at me and shaking your head, rolling your eyes, all that sort of thing. But I enjoyed it, and I really wanted to see it again. So I think there was one copy left on Amazon, so I jumped on it and grabbed it really quick. Now this, you might start wondering after you see the one after this, why did I not get the Arrow release? This is an SDS, Studio Distribution Services, which means it's studio release. Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock, 4K. This has great bonus features on it. It's pretty loaded, good stuff, and it looks great. The price was right, so I just grabbed it. I didn't bother hunting for the Arrow release. I'm sure they did a great job. I don't doubt that a bit, but I'm sure I would have paid a lot more for it too, and that one works just fine for me. But I did get these from Arrow. Psycho, the story continues. Psycho 2, 3, and 4. And I will pop these out so you can have a look. If you haven't seen them before, I did reverse these covers. So, yeah, we're starting out with 2. Psycho 2. Psycho 3 and Psycho 4, and I gotta flip these over. Look at that second paragraph. That is the special features you get on these. I mean, yeah, they are loaded with special features. Great stuff. Even part 4's got quite a bit. And I'm sure there are people who are going to criticize part 4, but I happen to love it. I think it's great, but then again, I also like the TV movie Bates Motel. I have that on DVD. But the Psycho collection, now you know why I had to get the Psycho 4K, because it did not come in this. This is just 2, 3, and 4. But I've been meaning to get that for a while, so I finally grabbed it. That's why I have some space back here and rearranged everything, because I needed to make room for more box sets, which I have more of already for next month's haul, this month's haul that you'll see at the beginning of next month. Anyway, if you've watched previous videos, you probably have seen that I've been buying a lot of cartoons, a lot of the Saturday morning stuff, the weekday afternoon stuff, and even the Sunday morning stuff. And this was a Sunday morning for me. Hong Kong Phooey. I don't know why it took me so long to get this. I was kind of holding out for about the past 2 months, because I was hoping that there would be a Blu-ray set come out, because Warner Archive, George Feltenstein, he is tapping into that Hanna-Barbera stuff and putting out a lot of it on Blu-ray in box sets. And I like the Huckleberry Hound show is in a really nice box set. I will pick that up at some point. And all the Looney Tunes collector's vault stuff. They're doing a great job over there. And they are getting into the Hanna-Barbera stuff. So, George, hurry up and get Hong Kong Phooey on Blu-ray for me. Another Hanna-Barbera pickup, and how many people remember Shirt Tales? I might be the only one. And even if I'm not the only one who remembers it, I'm probably the only one who liked it and wants to watch it as an adult. I love it. I think it's great, and I've already been watching it. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. I got these two as a package deal. I'll explain. I actually sent one bunch back already, and that is the Smurfs. It's season 1, volume 1, and volume 2, more Hanna-Barbera. I love the Smurfs. I'm a big fan of the Smurfs. But I gotta show you something. If you buy these as a set, you're gonna find that on the back. See that big slash where they took a table saw to the daggone UPC? Yeah. These are digipacks and in a nice embossed side loading slip. But look what happens when you tear through that. It tears all the way through, if you can see it there, the front cover of the digipack. And they don't go in very well or come out very easily. Yeah, I sent it back thinking that was a mistake, that mine just got damaged, and I got the new set. This is the new set. I just did a mix and match to see which had the least damage, and kind of mixed the sleeve with the other digipack, and said, okay, I'll keep that one and take the others back. But love the Smurfs, but we need a Smurfs collection. We need the whole thing. Hopefully we'll be getting that from Warner Archive. I hope. it would be very nice if they would do like a complete series thing and throw in the holiday specials. Speaking of, I grabbed the DVD of the 2 Smurfs holiday specials, the Christmas specials, because as I said, I'm a big fan of the Smurfs. Sue me. Now, one last thing in the movies, something most people, if you were going to buy it, you already bought it, I'm sure. But I didn't. But Scream Factory put out the Critters Collection, a very nice box set. And you get, let me get them out here. You get, of course, Critters, Critters 2, Critters 3, and Critters 4. And I did pop each of these in and have a look at them. They're good transfers. I'm very happy with it. But we're not entirely done with movies. We're done with the movies that I bought, but I do have something for you guys. Sorry, I'm looking away from the microphone. I just realized I was doing that. Trying to restack these over here. There's a lot of them on my desk. Put them back on the staging table. But there were a couple of these that had digital codes, and both 4Ks. And I'm not going to bother doing a giveaway thing for digital codes. I'm just going to hold them up to the camera one at a time. And if you want them, have at it. Knock yourself out. I can't guarantee they still work. I would think they probably still do. They're not that old. But I will be doing a lot of giveaways later on because, you know, the viewers just aren't there to do big time giveaways. But I have a box full of stuff under this desk that I am going to give away. Some of it's new and sealed. Some of it's stuff that I accidentally bought 2 of and opened it before I realized I already had it. So, and then some of it is stuff I upgraded. And some of these Blu-rays that I have that I upgraded to 4K, I'll be giving away the Blu-rays. And a lot of them, most of them, are Blu-rays that may have been watched 1 or 2 times. There are a couple that probably weren't watched at all because I have a lot of stuff to watch. I don't get around to everything right away. But here's the digital code for Psycho in 4K. Hope you can see that. You can pause it and take that down, and feel free to knock yourself out with that one. And then also the 2005 King Kong in 4K. So go ahead and grab that if you want. And now I can throw these away. Now, we're not done yet. Now we're just moving from movies to music. And there are only a few. Grabbed some CDs. Grabbed Slaughter. I had to have this. This was... My girlfriend was a huge fan in high school. My high school girlfriend. She was such a huge fan of Slaughter. And I bought her this Slaughter, like this home video set. It came with an unreleased cassette single that had an A side and B side. So it had 2 unreleased songs, I believe, or maybe just one unreleased and then one from the album. And then a VHS tape that was the Slaughter home video. And then I believe it was a patch and possibly a poster. But I remember the tape, the videotape, the cassette tape, and the patch. I remember those being in it. I bought her that because she was such a huge fan. And we had just started dating. You know, I had to make sure I won her over really good. Didn't want to get dumped too soon. Actually, she never dumped me. We dated for a couple of years before I made the terrible mistake of breaking up with her. That went down in history of my life, and history of my life as right up there at the top of the worst mistakes I've ever made. And if you knew me personally and what I was like in the 90s, you'd be like, wow, that's one of the worst. Yeah. I made really bad mistakes. I'll be talking about stuff like that on the other channel. I'm not going to get into it on here. But this, I did not have on CD. I have had this on cassette since probably a couple years after it got released. But Alice Cooper's Constrictor album, I mean, look at that track list. Yeah, this and Trash are my favorite Alice Cooper albums. I know some people are probably going, what? But what about? Don't worry about it. Those are my favorites. And then this is a new one. No nostalgia here, unless you're counting like early 2010s nostalgia, if that's a thing yet. But I discovered this band like not long after they first released an EP. I think the first one might have been called Light Me Up, if I'm remembering correctly. And that's a band called The Pretty Reckless. It's Taylor Momsen. That name sounds familiar, but you're not sure from where. She's Cindy Lou Who from The Grinch, the one with Jim Carrey. So, yeah, she has an awesome band. If you have not heard them, definitely check that out. She has a fantastic voice, and their music is just great. Fantastic. These are unpunched, and I almost just punched it. Okay. Now, I'm a big fan. Well, I've always been a big fan of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. The Masters of the Universe, when it first came out, I was right on top of it. I still remember the Sears Wish book when I first saw that 2-page layout of all of those awesome figures in Castle Grayskull and Battle Cat, all this awesome stuff. And I remember I was spending the night with a friend of mine, and I think I was probably about 8 years old, and his mom brought the Wish book in from the mail, and we both immediately jumped on that. And when I saw that, it was like, I want these for Christmas. As soon as I got home, I was like, Mom, did the Wish book come? She's like, yeah. It's like, let me show you what I want for Christmas. I just opened it up and held those 2 pages up. I want these. My mom and dad actually went out on Christmas morning. They didn't go out on Christmas morning, but they went out. I just had a technical difficulty. I accidentally hit a key. I don't know where I stopped. I know I was on Christmas morning. The Christmas that Masters of the Universe came out, I really wanted everything. And my parents went out and outdid themselves. That's what I was trying to say before I accidentally hit that. But on Christmas morning, when I started opening gifts, well, first thing, I saw Castle Grayskull sitting under the stockings. And I started tearing things open. They got every Masters of the Universe toy that came out that they could find. The only thing I didn't get was the Battle Ram and Merman. Those was the only ones they didn't get. So that was an awesome and very memorable Christmas for me. And I've just loved Masters of the Universe ever since. And we're not going to talk about the Kevin Smith thing. But then there was that awful He-Man in space thing. I don't want to talk about that either. But they call it the 2000X series. I'm pretty sure it was 2002. But I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I have the DVD set. I absolutely love it. And they've been releasing the figures. So I've been pre-ordering them. And I got Tila. This is just pure nostalgia. I already have the retro play of He-Man and Skeletor. I didn't go crazy and buy all of those, but I had to have those too. But these, they just look so cool. I have to have them. There are some more retro play that I intend to buy, but I actually have more of these coming. I got Merman. I didn't get him for Christmas, but I got the 2000X, as they call it, version of Merman, and he looks so cool. I love it. And one of my favorite Goofy characters from the cartoon, Orko. Awesome. And I love how they're putting, you can see it here, as seen on the episode lessons. Each of them have like this image and then what episode that's from. I don't know if they were doing that on any of the others, any of the cartoon releases, because I don't have any of the other cartoon releases. I do want to get some of them though. I have not been big on buying toys over the past, I don't know, 10 years or more. I don't know how long it's been since I was buying lots of toys. I know I bought He-Man and Skeletor because I happened to be in Target and I just walked through the toy aisle just to see what was there. And all they had was one He-Man and one Skeletor. And I just reached up and grabbed them both. I was like, okay, I have to have these. But they were the retro play ones, not the cartoon ones. But I do want to get some of those from the cartoons. I'm trying not to go too crazy about it, but it's hard not to because I really love Masters of the Universe. Anyway, I believe that's it. Did I cover everything? I have covered everything. Yeah, all done. All done with this. I don't know how long this video is or how long it's going to take me to edit it, but I'll get to it as soon as I can. I am not feeling too bad right now. I am very tired though, so I know I stumbled on some words here and there, but I hope it was tolerable. I hope you enjoyed it. Guess what? As it turns out, there was one more thing that I completely forgot about. It was under my desk, and I didn't see it. Forgot to get it and show it to you guys. This is a little departure from getting things in the mail. So not so much a mail call, but it is something that I got this month. This was actually delivered to me by hand by my brother-in-law, who does some great work. He's done a lot of good stuff for me, like these busts that you see over here and the Nosferatu over here. He did those. He's done a lot of cool stuff for me. And he brought me a gift for the channel, and I love it. It's fantastic. Unfortunately, it did get knocked over. So I'm going to have to see if I can fix this little part of the stand that got cracked. But here you go. Look at that. Is that not fantastic? He did such a great job with this. I love it so much. I can't wait to get to the new studio and find a nice place back here to put it. It definitely doesn't fit back here. I have nowhere. I've been keeping it over there by the Buffy box set, but it covers it up. So I don't know where I'm going to put it for right now. I may just end up keeping it over there on top of that spinner. But it'll be temporary until we get moved and I get in the new studio and get all that set up, which is something I'm really looking forward to you, and I plan on doing some little videos here and there. Maybe they'll be shorts. I don't know exactly what I'll do, but I'll let you guys see the process of the new studio going from a big empty room to whatever it becomes. Anyway, back to me ending the video. So for now, I'm going to say farewell, pop culture nerds, and remember it's hip to be square, so corrode your conformity.